Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be planning with this kit from ThePrettyPinkCo called Cozy Christmas. This is the second kit in my 12 Kits of Christmas series, and I'm so excited to be planning with this because I love the hollow foil. I mean, look at the rainbows and sparkles on this. It is so great. So I'm super excited to be planning with this today. And yeah, let's get into it. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of Christmas Q&A to kind of get in the spirit. And I know this is Christmas themed, but these are sort of general for any holiday or any kind of celebrations that you have this year. So some of the questions will be Christmas themed, but some will be kind of holiday general. So starting off, the question is, what is your least favorite holiday side dish? And people are gonna disagree with me on this, so I'm prepared for this, but I really don't like candied yams. I sort of have never understood kind of why they were there. My mom always made them, and I never ate them, and I was kind of like, this is kind of dessert, but it's a vegetable? I mean, it's like a yam, but also with marshmallows. It's sweet, but it's not quite a dessert. You're supposed to kind of eat it with the rest of the meal. So I never really got that. And I definitely, was not super interested in it. In general, I'm pretty amenable to all types of holiday food, stuffing, rice, potatoes, anything like that I, think is great. Yeah, candied yams, never really understood it. So just not for me. I'm not yucking anyone's yums, but like not my favorite. Share a memorable gift opening moment from your childhood. So I have two that are like very memorable for me. One is, I do not remember what year this is. I feel like it had to be in the 2000s sometime. But I was pretty obsessed with Mariah Carey growing up, and I asked for her album Rainbow for anyone who I saw who asked me what I wanted for Christmas. And I got, I kid you not, 4 copies of that album. And when I say copies of that album, it was on CD. That's how long ago it was. And I was so excited. Someone had bought me like the deluxe version. So what I ended up doing, which you could do in those days, was I traded in 2 of the copies because I kept the original and the deluxe, or I think I kept one of the deluxe one. I traded in some of the copies that I got for other Mariah Carey CDs, and it was just like such a, happy feeling on Christmas Day to open up the gifts and see that I had gotten like so many of these albums, and to know that I could then get other Mariah Carey albums because I had extra copies of it. So, and I still love that album to this day. Rainbow, it's definitely a listen all the way through. Mariah Carey was just it for me as a kid. The second sort of memorable gift opening moment is the year that my father bought us a Sega Genesis console. And I'm really dating myself here, but it was something that we had asked for Christmas. And growing up, we didn't get a ton of Christmas presents. I think it was more that we could ask for like maybe 1 or 2 things. We would still get the Toys R Us catalog, again, super dating myself. And my mother would say, pick out, 3 things in the catalog, and we usually end up getting like 1 or 2. But I had said, I really think I want this Sega Genesis, and my dad was like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get it, so I wasn't expecting it. And then, Christmas Day came, and my parents had actually separated at this point, so my dad was not there on the morning, but he came later. And Christmas Day came, and there were no presents that looked like they were wrapped like a Sega Genesis under the tree, so I was like, okay, I didn't get it. Then he came along a little later that morning, and he was like, hey, I have your present. And I had thought like, okay, we got all of our presents, everything was under the tree. And he pulled out the Sega Genesis, and I was like, oh my God, it was such a surprise. I was so happy. I played, the crap out of that thing as a kid, so many games. My parents weren't super into video games. It was sort of like something we only got allowed to do after we were done our homework or on weekends. But when I had time to do it, I played that something like wore it out. So that was just like a really sort of nice moment where I thought I wasn't going to get the Sega Genesis gift, and then my dad kind of showed up with it out of the blue, and it was a really great surprise. The third question is, what is a Christmas song that makes you cringe? And I had to think about this one for a while, actually. I think it's Baby It's Cold Outside, if that counts as a Christmas song. Mostly because I have really listened to the lyrics, you know, as a grown-up and been like, what is going on here? You know, like, I know it's supposed to be kind of a cute thing about like, hey, I'm not gonna go anywhere because it's cold outside, but I don't know, it gives me kind of an icky, creepy feeling when I listen to it. It's like, is this guy saying that he's not gonna let her go home because she's been drinking? Like, what is happening in this? It's not a huge deal to me. I mean, it's not like I refuse to listen to the song, but when I think about it, it feels cringy to me now as an adult. I mean, most Christmas songs are pretty innocuous, I feel, but there's some sort of like olden-timey songs, not olden-timey, but older songs that sometimes I listen to them and I'm like, what are the lyrics to this saying? Like I think it's Cat Stevens. I might be wrong on this. It's a Wild World. And some of the lyrics on that, he's like, you know, watch out for people. Like, you know, I always try to take care of you, but now that you're on your own, like the world's a dangerous place. And I'm like, what is this? What is going on in this song? So yeah, Baby It's Cold Outside is a Christmas song that makes me cringe. This sort of holiday agnostic, but it's, if you could have any job in the world for one day, what would it be? And this is an interesting one. I feel like I would kind of want to be either a doctor or a nurse, actually, believe it or not. I think it would be really cool to like actually help people. You know, in my job right now, I work in tech. I do some work that I feel really helps people. I do accessibility research, and that's helping to, you know, remove accessibility barriers for people who use our service. But I sort of feel like it doesn't really, you know, it's not really making a huge difference in people's lives. And so I would love to do something that really made a difference for a lot of people. The first thing that came to mind was doctor and nurse, because to me it's like your health, you know, is like a huge, obviously, part of your life. You know, if you're not feeling well, you really can't function. And thinking about, you know, how many healthcare workers right now especially are, you know, on the front lines really helping us to deal with this pandemic and really putting their bodies and their lives on the line, like, you know, it really makes a difference. And so, you know, I think I would love to be in a profession that makes a difference. Healthcare is one that comes to mind, but also, you know, gerontology, I think, is another area that's kind of counts as healthcare, is a place where I think that I would like to work and make a difference, even if it's just for a day. My partner did a lot of research on aging and end-of-life care and how doctors communicate with patients when, you know, there's like end-of-life expectancies. And his work is basically like, we need to improve this, you know. We're not being clear with people. People don't know what's going on. They don't feel informed. And I think, you know, some of the work in that area in particular, gerontology being the study of, you know, geriatric people and people who are older, you know, that really makes a difference. You know, older people and seniors are often forgotten, you know, by lots of parts of our society. And so, you know, to be able to like really help those folks out, I think, you know, is a job that I would like to take on. So something in healthcare, either a doctor or nurse or a gerontologist. I know that there is a planner girl, I think Silver Antler Planning is studying to be a gerontologist. She's a gerontology student. So like, would love to hear, you know, what her experience has been with that. That would be so awesome. What is a cherished family tradition from your childhood? So I don't know if this counts as childhood, since I think we've been doing it in the last several years. I'm not sure how long, but I'm gonna mention it anyway because it's a very cherished tradition. So every year, my mother picks out a set of Christmas or holiday themed pajamas and we all take a picture in them. And it's really fun because, you know, most of the time we're together for the holidays. And if not, as I said, you know, my parents are split up. So sometimes some of us will go to my mom's and sometimes some of us will go to my dad's. Either way, she makes sure that we have our pajamas and we all like take a photo together and we kind of like mash the photos together. This year, it's gonna be super challenging with COVID because, you know, we're really not at all together. You know, everyone's in their individual homes and sort of far flung across the country. So I think she's going to mail us all our pajamas and we'll have to like take individual pictures and then Photoshop them together or make like a reel or something. I'm not exactly sure. The funny thing too is that she always sends different colored like pajamas on the same theme for the boys or people's partners. So that's gonna be interesting to see if she gets my partner's size right. And then, you know, we can take the picture. So that's the end of the spread. Please let me know if you have any questions about the stickers. Would love to answer them and hope you enjoy the little Christmas Q&A. Thanks for watching my video. Please click like and subscribe and I'll see you all next time. Bye.